Working for you. This is CBS 6 This Morning, Weekend.
Violent protests in Richmond overnight when the demonstrations took a turn for the worse, and a look at the aftermath. You hear it and watch this. Gone in seconds. It's been standing for 40 years on the skyline of Richmond. See more of this implosion of the Old Dominion headquarters. Two seniors from Chesterfield received more than just a diploma at graduation. In My Heroes Among Us, the surprise that will also honor the memory of Cosby graduate and soldier Kyle Stokely. 7:34, welcome back to CBS 6 Saturday morning. Greg and Mike helping you start your day. Been a busy morning here, my man.
It has been. Part of the skyline looks a lot different right now. We're going to talk more about that coming up.
Yeah.
And for today, still a bit humid, still a bit warm. Tomorrow is going to be significantly less humid, so stay tuned for that.
All right, tell us about it.
Outside right now, we have clouds, a little bit of sun poking through. These clouds will start to decrease a little bit more the next couple of hours. And you can see here on the satellite, the line of clearing and clouds just off towards the west of I-95. This will continue tracking eastward. We'll start to see more clouds popping up across the area as the front moves through. But look at the temperatures. It's 61 in Stanton, 72 in Williamsburg, but a lot of us between about 65 and 70 degrees. Highs in the metro today getting into the low and mid 80s and still pretty humid. Tonight we drop down through the 70s, but by this time tomorrow morning, we'll have some 50s and low 60s. Now, as the fronts come through, we'll have the chance for some scattered storms today in the metro. That chance goes up a little bit by about mid to late afternoon. Not everyone's going to see the storms today, but the ones that do pop up will have some heavy downpours and maybe some gusty winds. This moves out. We have a couple of comfortable days before it gets hot and humid again, and we'll talk about that coming up. Greg.
Mike, thanks so much. It's 7:35. Richmond police are assessing the damage this morning after protesters set a series of fires overnight and into the early morning hours. Demonstrations over the death of George Floyd. Hundreds of people gathered at Monroe Park in Richmond to join similar demonstrations taking place nationwide. But a short time later, people in the crowd turned violent, setting fire to trash bins, a police car, and GRTC bus. We turn now to our Shannon Lilly, who's downtown right now with the latest on the cleanup and aftermath. Good morning to you, Shannon.
Yeah, good morning, Greg. To say that this scene was chaotic overnight is really an understatement, and this is one of the locations where violence erupted. In fact, you can see the GRTC Pulse bus that was lit on fire here behind me. We've been out here all morning, and you can see now they have a tow truck getting ready to pull this out of the way, but quite a crowd has formed to take a look at this bus. It's really quite a sight to see, really the damage, the windows gone, and the graffiti just splashed all across this bus, really just showing what this night was like, just giving a glimpse into that. But I do want to take you now to the video where you can actually see what last night looked like. And if you look closely at this video in just a few seconds, you should be seeing this bus fully engulfed in flames as more than 100 people gathered around to watch this unfold. Now, we're also told that police were out there and tear gas and pepper spray were being used on people that were gathered around. And we actually had a crew on scene that said that they witnessed people with tears in their eyes saying that they had been hit by this tear gas. Now, as for this bus here behind me, a spokesperson for GRTC does say that it is a total loss, and they actually say they've had to delay their bus services until 9 this morning, and they might have to cancel services altogether today for the safety of customers and employees. We're also learning this morning that Capitol Square will be closed today due to the civil unrest that happened last night as well. The protest, as you said, it started peacefully here in Richmond around 8:30 as hundreds marched through the city to the Capitol and to City Hall. But around 11, that is when those calls came in for destruction at the Richmond Police headquarters. And so you're seeing some of that destruction here in this video. There were trash cans that were lit on fire. There was a car outside of Richmond Police headquarters that was also lit on fire. There was damage, a broken window at Richmond Police headquarters as well. So again, quite a chaotic scene, and support was brought in from Henrico County and their SWAT team, and there was also a police helicopter circling around. So coming back out here live to me, you can see that it's really settled down quite a bit from what we were seeing overnight, but still a large crowd gathered to see the aftermath, which is really quite a sight to see, of this bus that was just lit up in flames. The good news, though, this morning, Greg, is that so far there have been no reports of any serious injuries. Send it back over to you.
Shannon Lilly reporting live downtown. Thanks so much. It's 7:38 right now. Dominion Energy clears the path for new construction in seconds. The utility company demolished their old headquarters just about 30 minutes ago, and you watched it live right here on CBS 6. Reporter Brendan King joins us live near the blast site and watched this historic moment unfold before him. Good morning to you, Brendan.
Good morning, Greg. Well, it's gone. It sat here in downtown Richmond for more than 40 years. The 21-story tower here in downtown Richmond was filled with more than 3,000 pounds of dynamite, and all that dynamite leveled it in just seconds. If you missed it here on CBS 6, we want to show it to you again. Watch.
So they pulled it back exactly where they needed to. So they moved that back towards this block. Oh, they did? Yeah, it's a 7th Street.
All right, well, it took a good 15 minutes or so for this giant dust cloud to disappear, and that's what the engineers warned about today, that the dust will cover this downtown area, will need to be cleaned up with hoses and damp cloths. But we also spoke to a longtime Dominion Energy employee. Her name is Paula Jacobson. She spent countless hours here for 40 years before retiring last June, and so we asked her about her reaction to this landmark imploding in just seconds. Listen.
Emotions. On one hand, I'm sorry to see it go, and like you said, when I go downtown now and drive by, it's not going to be there, and that's where I started with the company. That was my whole career process right there.
And I'm told that crews have given the all clear. That is the good news. But if you see, there is a large pile of debris here. Streets will start reopening shortly, we're told. And as far as what will replace this old Dominion Energy office tower, they tell me that there's no plans just yet, but the cleaning up process will take some time. This giant debris pile cleanup is underway. Will take months, in fact. But Greg, if you look behind us here, the city skyline here in downtown Richmond forever changed, for a while at least. Working for you in Richmond, I'm Brendan King, CBS 6 News.
Oh, fascinating report. Thanks so much, Brendan. It's 7:41 right now. Coming up on CBS 6 Saturday morning, we're going to get a check of weather with this guy. Mike, good morning to you.
Good morning, Greg. Well, it's a little cloudy across the area right now. It's warm and humid. We'll see a bit of sun today, some storms, and then a big drop in the mugginess. We'll kind of track that and tell you more about that coming up after the break.
And you are listening to a little Butcher Brown. And as we do, we're going to be looking at the skyline of Richmond that has changed, at least for a while. We'll be right back on CBS 6 Saturday morning.